Hello, I'm Pat Marks, the manager at the West dealership of Melbourne Car World, and thanks for all coming to this meeting with all the other all the other managers and supervisors at Melbourne Car World. Today, I'm just going to present you with the findings that we've found for our car yard and the data that's been showed with the organisation for the first quarter of the organisation wide, the budget projections, the actual and the variation of each car, and also sales accessories, and then a total of it. So what I've found is it seems like they're from the records and the data that had, they've had that on a whole that we haven't met any of our budget projections, with the Cruise being the closest to target, followed by the Toto Freedom. The worst being the Ascot Ranger, which fell a whopping 47.62% under, which I think needs to be investigated. It could be other things in this economic climate that had an influence in it, but other than that, I'm not quite sure why it's so low. So yeah, the Cruise was the closest, and so the Cruise was $400,000 in sales, and the budget projection was 450, so it had 11% variation. The next which was up on the list was the Toto Freedom, which had a budget prediction for 360,000 and the actual was 280, so that's 22.22 in variation, and then it goes up from there. Which the sales Ascot Ranger was, the budget projection was 630,000 and it only made 330, which is 47.62% under, which is quite low in projections. And I think what I've suggested in my suggestions is that people aren't sticking to anything. They haven't got a checklist, which they need to. So the checklist which I was talking about, which meaning have you asked them about if they've got kids? Have you asked them about what they need? Have you asked you about accessories and stuff like that? And with these things being met, I think these sales will change. Sales accessories was another low point. It really seems that the salesmen need to focus on this part to at least bring it up to near budget projection. Sales accessories were quite low. Something that with this new checklist that I recommended would make sure that every salesman can't forget it, and they're always asking the customers, spending a good 10 minutes on accessories, getting them excited about them and knowing that they'll be a help to them. Having these accessories would make life easier, and I think we need to focus on that with all salesmen within the company. The sales on accessories correlate to the salesman not spending any time discussing accessories to customers, and sometimes not at all. And that's what I've just said, that some of the salesmen, they don't discuss any of them at all, and if they do, it's not long enough. They're just wanting to get the sale. Yeah, the sale's good, but accessories are budgeted, and we want to get more money through, and if we can, the better. So I think there needs to be time spent on that. Total sales were 1,400,000, with the budget projection being 2,100,000. So that's a 33.33% variation. All round as a whole, it seems like the company has a lot to answer for. It really does. It hasn't met its goals and intended outcomes and needs a serious shake-up, I believe. And this is just going off the actual data, so the data we've recorded. I don't think the budget projections are too high. I just think that we as a company need to do more. We need to continuously improve so we can get this up. Would go on to ideas. in our next meeting, but these are the facts and these are what I found, and we'll go on from there. Thank you for coming, and cheers. See ya.